Welcome to Echoes of Sci-fi. Hit subscribe. Your support means everything. She towered above them, 8 feet tall. Her crystal shell caught the cold shiplight and shattered it into black shards. This was Empress Calithra, ruler of 12 star systems, a force wrapped in polished armor, trembling with rage. Her voice was not one voice. It was many, layered, echoing, a sound that shook the station's halls. "Where are my daughters?" Each word fell heavy like the weight of a dying empire. Across from her stood Ambassador Maria Torres, calm, steady, trained by years of facing predators who saw fear as weakness. "Your Majesty," Maria said softly, "our teams are searching. The princesses were last seen near Corridor 9, close to the human quarters. We would never harm children, not of any kind." The Empress's mandibles clicked, sharp, metallic, like knives drawn in the dark. "Children?" the Empress's voice thundered. "My daughters are heirs to the Calithran Empire. They are warriors, not infants. They could rip steel with their claws. They do not simply vanish." Behind her, the royal guard shifted uneasily. 7-foot titans, bred for war. Their restlessness filled the air. One wrong word, and the galaxy itself could burn. From the crowd stepped Ethan Cross, chief of station security. His face was carved by battles across 3 sectors, scars telling stories of violence, yet his eyes, surprisingly gentle. "Your Majesty," Ethan said carefully, "perhaps we should search the human residential decks again, even the bravest children." "Get curious." The Empress's head snapped toward him, her neck stretched with alien grace. "You think my daughters would stoop to wandering through human halls?" "Not wandering," Ethan replied, his voice steady. "Exploring. In my experience, the boldest children are also the most curious." Something in his tone made her pause. She had expected threats, bluster, empty posturing. But this human spoke of her daughters not as pawns or heirs, but as children, lost, perhaps even afraid. For 6 hours, the search team swept the station, corridor after corridor. Hope thinned with every empty hall, and then a sound. Soft, unfamiliar. It drifted from Ethan's own quarters. The guards froze, confused. Their translators failed to name it. "That," the Empress whispered, her voice breaking for the first time. A soft sound filled the silence. "Purring," Ethan murmured. "That's purring." The door to his quarters stood slightly open. Inside, the impossible. 2 small Calithran princesses lay curled against Ethan's chest as he slept in his chair. Their alien forms, fierce and strange, looked almost gentle now. Amber eyes closed, mandibles humming with a quiet, content rhythm. The elder clung to his neck. Her sister nestled at his side, crystal shell dimmed in peace. The Empress froze, 6 eyes wide. Her daughters, raised for war, taught to see all outsiders as prey or threat, slept safe in the arms of a human they had known for only hours. Ethan stirred. His eyes snapped open, instantly alert. He saw the crowd, the weapons, the shock in the Empress's gaze. He gave a sheepish smile, voice low, careful not to wake them. "I can explain." "How?" the Empress whispered. "They were hiding in the vents above the mess hall," Ethan said softly. "Scared, hungry, lost. They fell into my arms while I was doing maintenance. The little one was crying." He stroked the younger's shell, gentle, protective. "Like a kitten, I couldn't just leave them." "Impossible," one guard hissed. "Royal blood does not cry. They do not show weakness." Ethan met the Empress's gaze, his voice steady, his eyes calm with a wisdom she did not expect. "Your Majesty, right now they're not royalty. They're just children, lost, afraid. And sometimes, what children need most is someone to tell them it's going to be all right." The Empress stepped forward. Her massive form moved with unexpected grace. She had braced herself for chains, for betrayal, for tragedy. But instead, she found her daughters safe. Instead of danger, The Empress found her daughters safer, calmer, more at peace than she had seen in years. "You fed them," she said quietly, noticing the empty bowls. "Chocolate ice cream," Ethan replied. "Seems to be a universal language." The elder stirred, blinked, looked up at her mother, but instead of standing at attention, she simply yawned and curled closer against Ethan. "Mama," she whispered in perfect standard. "The human told us stories about earth cats. They sound wonderful." Something inside the Empress cracked, a wall she had built to rule without weakness. These humans had given her daughters something the Empire never could, the chance to just be children. "I owe you a debt," the Empress said at last, her voice softer than anyone had ever heard. Ethan shook his head. "No debt, Your Majesty. Just maybe next time, let them know it's all right to ask for help. Even warrior princesses need that sometimes." The tension that had threatened to burn the galaxy slowly faded. What remained was something fragile, something new, the beginnings of an unlikely friendship. And as Ambassador Maria Torres prepared her report, she wrote only one truth worth remembering. Sometimes, the greatest victories don't come from strength or strategy, but from seeing the child beneath the armor and choosing kindness. The Calithran Empire would remember this day, and they would remember that humans, frail, fragile humans, carried a strength that could soften even the fiercest of hearts.